we talk of temples, of course, it's impossible not to talk of the destruction of the temples, the many temples that have been lost over the years, and of course, publicly now people are talking about it, but for many years we were not even allowed to mention it. So we've had historians, unfortunately, historians like Sitaram Goelji, who was sidelined, but who's done tremendous work in documenting.
Yes. Yes.
Would you like to talk, since it's connected a little bit? Would you like to talk about that? Should we focus our attention on the temples that have been lost, and the need to resurrect? Perhaps that's already happening in some parts of the country.
There was a year, I think it was 2017 or 2018, I don't remember. There was that one year I was on a temple exploration tour, and I went through 5 states. I went to Rajasthan, I went to Gujarat, I went to Karnataka, I went to Tamil Nadu, and I went to Andhra. And Maharashtra, of course. 6 states, you could say. And everywhere I went, and everywhere I beautiful 1,000-year-old, 1,200-year-old temples, but every single of them, it bore marks of destruction. The murtis were broken, the temple pillars were defaced, the sculptures were, particularly female Surasundari and female Devi sculptures, were defaced very brutally and in a very typical way. Like the breasts were hacked off and the nose was hacked off for female murtis, and you see this across the board. Okay, you see it in Rajasthan, you see it in Maharashtra, you see it in Karnataka, and everywhere I asked who did this, and the answer was Malik Kafur. Because in that 1 year, he has basically gone on a temple destruction. He was not the only one, you know that. There have been many before him and there have been many after him. But it was so hurtful to see those murtis, and there were murtis where there is no murti anymore. It's just the feet that's there in that empty niche. And you can see that there is a temple right outside Pune. That's 30 kilometers from Pune. And that temple is a very beautiful temple built by Yadava kings, but which has very distinct Chalukyan influences. And once upon a time, outside the temple, there were many Surasundari sculptures. And you can see those niches even today. But every single of those sculptures have been defaced, and some of them, the entire murti has been hacked off, and all you can see are basically imprints of the feet. It hurts. It really made me cry. And you can see that in Madhya Pradesh, you can see that in UP. There is not a single temple in North India now, unless it was hidden somewhere deep in the forest or whatever, which has not borne the brunt of this wanton destruction. And why? Just because some other religion thinks that murtis should not be worshipped? They couldn't even see the beauty of it. I am saying, okay, you don't feel like praying in front of these murtis. That I can understand. That may be your belief. But can you not appreciate it as a work of art? Can you not appreciate it as somebody has created this out of solid stone? And you call yourself great patrons of art, and people tell us that they made great buildings and palaces and gardens, and they were lovers of beauty and aesthetics, but you couldn't see beauty in these creations, in these human creations. This is something that I don't understand. It's like there is a personal vendetta, there's a personal hatred of anything that's beautiful, and that is why these murtis have been defaced. It really, really hurts me. In that book by Sitaram Goelji and Arun Shauriji, they have mentioned that there are some 40,000 temples that have been destroyed across India during whatever the centuries of Islamic rule. And you can see that. Unfortunately, most of the time that you go now, the ASI appointed guides will tell you that, okay, they will tell you the murtis have been destroyed. And you can see that the murtis have been destroyed, right? From Modera to Somnath to everywhere. But they won't tell you who destroyed it unless you specifically ask for it. And even when you ask for it, they will say, make a vague generic statement like foreign invaders destroyed it. So I was like, which foreign invaders? Where did they come from? Then they will tell you, nahi, yahan pe Malik Kafur aaya tha. So I said, they have names, no? So why are you not telling the names? Why are you not saying that these temples were destroyed?
Years of conditioning.
Exactly. You go to Kashi Vishwanath Mandir, and that is like a slap in the face of Hindus for an eternity. Because Aurangzeb could have destroyed the entire temple. He did destroy the entire temple, but he kept a part of that wall for a reason. You can see that it's a temple wall. Even a blind person can say that it's a temple wall. One wall of the mosque, that monstrosity. But people are still not believing, and I couldn't believe my eyes when a few years ago there was this epitome of stupidity of a woman who is famous for her idiotic columns in Times of India. She called it syncretic architecture. Syncretic architecture.
But that's part of recorded history. She can't even say it. I mean, everybody knows it.
Exactly. Everybody knows. And even if it's not recorded history, you go there and you see it's so obvious. There are these three ugly domes and there is
Exactly.
a temple wall beneath it, right there.
When I visited Banaras in 2011, I remember there were security guards posted there, and I think for a
Yeah.
long time they were there uh,
Mm.
because they were
Even now, if they don't allow you to take pictures and all.
so what is, I mean, people should know better than to make these kind of or say such bald-faced lies. Uh,
Yeah.
it's absolutely it's a falsehood. I mean, how can you say that?
Then once I think I was in Kangra or somewhere, even there temples have been destroyed. And there they said it's erosion ho gaya, earthquake ho gaya, everything ho gaya. But other than Islamic destruction, everything else he told me. So I knew the history. Then I said, but didn't this happen? Didn't this invasion happen in this year? He said, yes, madam, it did
होता है
happen.
क्या?
Then I said, why are you not telling me? He said, no, we are told that, people from all backgrounds come to see these temples. So we are actually, when we are getting our training, we are told to stay away from contentious topics. I said, it's not about contentious topic or not. It's about
It's about
truth.
the
Like I'm from my home state of Goa. I mean, everywhere else in India, most of the temples have been destroyed by Islamic invaders. But in Goa, the temples have been destroyed by the
I'm,
Portuguese and the missionary orders. And there are records, their own records, which say that in 2 consecutive years in Salsette and in Bardez alone, 300 temples were destroyed in one district and some 272 temples were destroyed in another district in 1 year, big or small. So these are records. This is actual history, and nobody can deny it. It's not about what you believe in. It's not about what is your worldview. It's about actual documented fact that there were Hindu temples and they were destroyed simply because some other religion said that, okay, I don't believe in your God. Your gods don't have a right to exist, so we'll destroy it. This is something that I just don't get.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.